Hey boo, have you ever felt that when the going got tough in your job, in your personal life, or in any other kind of situation with your health, with finances, that it suddenly felt as if you had dropped the ball on manifesting and that things were absolutely not going the way you desired? Now, stick around because I'm going to explain how this can never truly be the case. When you are manifesting, you are doing it whether you're conscious of it or not. It's something you have been doing since virtually the day you were born. I could even go back further and say it was what your soul, the family you were born into, and all the circumstances of your life were, in a sense, pre-manifested by you as a choice that you made between births, if you want to look at it from a perspective of reincarnation. But I'm just going to focus today really on specifics of the life you have right now and the situations that you're in. And Neville called your imagination, he called it the pearl. The pearl of great price was actually his writing on this subject. And he talked about what would you give up for having this pearl? What would you give up? Would you give up your false beliefs? Would you give up the stories you're telling yourself about your life? Would you give up anything you believed in as a secondary cause? For instance, crystals or certain kinds of healing practices or certain rituals you were doing, thinking they were coming in from the outside rather than that you gave them life within. And whatever else it would be that would have gotten in the way of knowing that your awareness of being is God and that your manifesting is God hearing you and imprinting on your subconscious mind what your desire is, so that the unseen reality can bring it into completion, into birth, into fulfillment in your external experience. So when things seem to be going south and you're having a health issue, or your SP walked out, or anything that seems to get in the way of what you wanted, the feeling is there that you stopped manifesting, but you didn't. You simply started manifesting from an undesirable or an unpleasant or an unlovely state of mind, unlovely state of consciousness, however you want to put it, unlovely state of being, or unlovely state of action or thought. That all goes together as a part of your given state of consciousness that you are occupying. So if it switches from being a lovely state of happy, loving partner, or happy, loving, whatever that is for you, happy, loving executive, whatever that means to you, happy, loving mom, happy, loving cat dad or pup dad, whatever that is, if that switches out and moves into something where there is difficulty, anger, resentment, sadness, anything that is brought on by allowing externals to take over, allowing meaning to be added that put unnecessary stress, trauma, pressure on you. If that's the case, then it's definitely time to step back, to sit, to know, be still, and I am God. That is a reminder to yourself to pick up the pearl, it's just a matter of really saying, oh, I dropped the pearl, or I lost the pearl, or I sold the pearl, and I'm buying the pearl again. I am returning to divine imagination, to trust, and to have faith that this desire that I have is already fulfilled, that I am the fulfillment. I have, that God hears me, that my desires are God's desires. My Father and I are one, and my Father is greater than I. So there is returning to that place of trust, comfort, ease, relaxation, giving yourself space and grace, as I call it, to empower and allow your desire to actually be yours, to actually happen. So don't worry if it feels like things got out of control, things got out of hand, and they were not going the way that you expected. It's all part of the bridge of incidents. It's just a kind of a detour that maybe took you a little further out of your way, but it can also be a wonderful experience and a wonderful teaching that you can laugh at and say, okay, this happened, and I see where things went off. I know what happened. It's okay. I imagined differently than I had intended. And that's okay. A Course in Miracles says if you chose wrongly, you get to choose again. It's really okay. You go and start again. And you can just play with it. I get to go back to start and start freshly. I get to have this desire. I get to return to my wonderful state that I had chosen, my ideal state. I get to wear that state again. I get to dance and play and have a good time in that state again. It's always accessible. It's like a return to the kingdom of heaven. You forgot that was within you. One of my first spiritual teachers would often tell his devotees, he was a great master, Swami Muktananda, and he would tell his close devotees, followers, if they got upset about something, he would say, you are God, you just forgot. And it was so loving and so compassionate. And that's how we have to be on ourselves. Just be that with yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Imagine more and better and higher and deeper for yourself. And you'll start to see things again rearrange in your world to bring that desire back into focus, back into your life, and that it will come to you faster than you ever thought possible. Love you, boo. See you next time.